Hey guys, this is Chris.
And this is David.
And we are here to introduce you to our first mini-series. It is our Commissioner Candidate mini-series. And we are here to talk to you a little bit real quick about what you're about to listen to.
Right. The episode that you're about to listen to features Sean Frantom, who's running unopposed for Commissioner of District 7. Now, you may be wondering about District 5. We did reach out to the person that's running for District 5, who is also unopposed, and that person did not respond and so chose not to be on the podcast. So we're moving right ahead to Sean Frantom of District 7. Sean has qualified, and he did just start a new job. So as you will hear in this episode, our interview with him is a little bit more recent than the other interviews. But because he's running unopposed, we weren't as concerned with a potential competitive advantage from him recording later on. And hopefully by the end of this episode, you'll have gotten to know Sean Frantom a little bit better. Now, candidly, he is a friend of the show, but with that being said, we did not provide him with any information that any of the other candidates did not know, but we did use it as an opportunity to potentially talk about some things that may be going on in the city that he could have some insight in as a current sitting commissioner. So with no further ado, here's Sean Frantom from District 7.
Hey guys, it's Chris.
Hey guys, my name is David.
And we are here with the commission candidate for District 7.
Yep.
And you are?
Sean Frantom, Mayor Pro Tem, District 7.
Sean Frantom, we are extremely honored to meet you today. It is a pleasure for us to talk to you. And you are the only one running for District 7, is that correct?
That is correct, unopposed.
Okay. This is for your second term, correct?
Yeah.
That's correct.
Okay, so we've got 7 questions for you. It's the same 7 questions everyone has been asked. We are recording this episode on Zoom for the people back home because this is a post-coronavirus recording as opposed to the other ones, which were in person. But I'm going to go ahead and kick this right off. Question number 1, Mr. Sean Frantom. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Especially in relation to Augusta, the city of Augusta, and tell us why you're deciding to run for District 7.
Sure, absolutely. So moved to Augusta when I was 5 years old, and then in 2003 I really got involved through the Chamber of Commerce, and then in 2007 helped the Young Professionals of Augusta get started. During my tenure with that organization, I was president for 5 years, and really just wanted to have that outlet for people that were moving to Augusta or in Augusta, frankly, to meet up with different folks, get engaged in what's going on in the community. So with that, I decided that the next step was to run for public office. Ran for public office in 2010, didn't win, but it was a great experience. And then in 2015, there was an opportunity on a special election to run, and I did. At the time, everybody was like, wait your turn. You have a good person already in District 7. But I felt at the time that, there wasn't a younger voice on the commission. When I was elected in 2015, I was the youngest commissioner by almost 9 years. So to have that younger voice on the commission was important. And so here we are today, running for my final term for the next 4 years.
Awesome. Thank you. So question number 2, you've told us a little bit about how long you've been in Augusta, but how long have you lived in District 7, and what are your favorite places to go spend your time with?
So lived in District 7 since 2005 and owned a house, and I live on Canterbury Drive in District 7 now. And for me, it's, I have 2 kids. So obviously the Chick-fil-A is somewhere that I frequent often. because I wanted the food. But also the movie theater that we were actually open during my time in District 7, somewhere that I love to go, as well as, we have Costco over there. Soon to be Top Golf opening as soon as we get through this coronavirus stuff, as well as Dave & Buster's that hopefully will open before the end of the year. One of my favorite places to go in District 7 is Surrey Center, obviously for the restaurants aspects of it. And the peanut butter pie at French Market is always a favorite for my wife and I to go on date night. So,
okay. And actually, so going right off of that, we're going to talk about the private sector. We're going to talk about local business. So the private sector is making a really big positive impact in Augusta, and you're seeing that firsthand in District 7, I know. But we've also seen that the private sector has a tough time producing longevity without the support of local government. Do you plan to work with the private sector and use that to your advantage? And how would you work with local businesses?
Well, the private sector drives demand in our community. Since I've been elected, I've been probably the leader on this commission of business development, trying to make things happen and grow this community. When you look at when Top Golf came, I met with them one time just to kind of, hey, welcome, if there's anything we can do. Thankfully for Top Golf, we didn't have to give any incentives or anything for them to come. When you looked at C4 Live that we announced back in December that's coming, I led the charge on that, met with them because of my entertainment industry background. The depot deal didn't work out, but I was leading the charge to make sure that try to help that happen. Unfortunately, politics got in the way on that project, but we're already working to solve the parking issue and get another project moving on that, hopefully in the near future. When you look at from an entertainment zone, Rockford Doe, helped bring that back to Richmond County. Banjo Barbecue, met with them, helped bring that back to Richmond County. So again, I'm here to support the private sector as they're the guiding. We need to make sure from a red tape and how they get through the process that as elected official, we're doing the best to support them and making their deals happen.
Excellent. Question number 4, and this is a little bit hits home more since you've been on the commission already for one term. Knowing the structure of how the commission works, teamwork is essential to create positive growth. What do you think you will continue to bring to the table?
Well, I've had the honor of serving as Mayor Pro Tem last year and this year, and that's really a leadership position that, almost unanimously the body supported. And it's important as an elected official to be, though you're district elected, you're county focused. Most of the issues that we vote on are not in District 7, to be frank with you. But also, I meet with development deals in District 1 as being downtown in the heart, District 3. We have things going on, but mainly it's about, working across racial lines. The set of the government is divisive, and it's never going to be that we're able to solve everything, in my mind, the way we should because of how it's set up. With being a weak former mayor, you're not a strong administrator. I mean, the administrator has 11 bosses in a sense, and that makes it very tough to get anything done. And obviously, you have to listen. When you're an elected official, you can't think that you have all the answers. Obviously, me being one of the younger elected officials, not the youngest anymore. Thank you, Commissioner Garrett. But, I don't have the answer and all the history aspect. History is an important thing in this community. And that's why a lot of times as a leader, you've got to listen to hear the history of what a neighborhood is because of the aspect of we're seeing so much new growth happen in downtown Augusta, as well as in West Augusta and East Augusta too. But downtown centrally because of AU and how they're bringing their campus down. But you got to listen to the history and then, make your decisions as best you can on that aspect.
Okay. And this actually, we like to tie things in. So the next question we have is with the population of Augusta changing, with Augusta getting increasingly younger, with the average taxpayer downtown being between the ages of 26 and 35 years old, do you feel you have a connection with that demographic of people? And what are your ideas to help and to uplift that group?
Oh, absolutely. When you look at, since I've been on the commission until Commissioner Garrett came on last year, I was the one on social media trying to tell the story. I think in Augusta, a lot of times we do a terrible job of telling the story, what we have to offer and whatnot. I think when you look at how the amount of housing we've had to come downtown, I think we've got over 500 units, either that are online or about to be online or in the planning stages. We're seeing such a huge vibe towards downtown, and whether that's restaurants or shops or anything, we're seeing our property values increase significantly all across the county. And we've got to make sure that we have the live, work, place aspect for millennials. They want to come to a city that's vibrant. They want to come to a city there's things to do. I think you're starting to see us have more of that in downtown Augusta and, frankly, the whole region. But we've got to bring more events to Augusta to enhance the things we have going on. I mean, that was one of the things about C4 Live that was so important to me. I mean, not only are they going to do a Master Suite concert in the future, there's 10 other dates that they're looking to bring the community together on however we think, what is it that we need in this community that we don't currently have. They want to engage the community, the younger generation, to do that, as well as just from a branding social media. I think when you look, most people are getting their news from social media. They don't watch the news, and especially the younger generation. So how can we bridge that gap of telling the story, as well as support technology? Technology is just ever evolving. I mean, today we're on a Zoom call. Zoom is like the new thing of how we're seeing more and more, whether it's classroom styles or conference calls across business sectors. We're seeing more and more of that. So how can we support that from an elected official standpoint as well? Plus, TIA 2022 is coming, where we'll be basically tearing up Broad Street, a few blocks of that. And you will see that, what we're going to add some food truck capabilities within the middle of the road. You're going to see that it's going to be more a walkability aspect. You probably won't see 4 lanes. It'll probably go down to 3, as well as you'll just see a new vibe downtown, more trees and things once the TIA 2022 comes into effect down on Broad.
I think a lot of people just heard that for the first time.
I did. Well, and not only that, we've got gateway projects that you're going to see even quicker. Everybody talks about coming from North Augusta into Augusta and how it's like a different world. Well, we'll be enhancing that over the next year, where you're going to see trees and medians and things that beautify, just like the feel that you have going into North Augusta across the bridge. You'll have that feel when you come back across the 13th Street into Augusta, as well as the 5th Street Bridge. Just last week, I was talking with someone. We're talking about how that's going to be a walk-in bridge, and how that we might have the zip line coming off of it. So, I mean, there's some new ideas that are being talked about where it'll be kind of a centralized place to hang out. It's, I think, important to this community, especially to the younger generation, for us to grow.
I hope you're the first person on that zip line. Go ahead, Chris.
Well, moving into, like David said, we like to tie in some things. You said zip line. This is a fun question. If the commission received a $1 million grant to use on the city any way you wanted, and it doesn't have to be just your district, it can be the city of Augusta, what would you do with it and why?
Good question. I think, honestly, and that's why, as I said before, like I'm county focused, district elected, like I would go straight to the heart. The heartbeat is your downtown Augusta. When people don't feel safe or it's disgusting and nasty, they don't want to come down there. I would focus on cleaning downtown. I think that it's not where it needs to be. I think if you look at it from a trash standpoint, we ought to have big dumpsters, not the little trash cans, because they're not good. I think that you look at it from our facade program, though Georgia Power put $15,000 towards it, there's a lot of buildings downtown that need work. I think that if we had some resources to help these business owners to make them look better, especially behind the James Brown statue, I think that would be huge. And then obviously the branding. As y'all know, in 2012, I started doing #LoveAugusta, and I will continue to do that because I think it's important as an elected leader. And when I'm not elected, I'll continue to use it because I do love this community that I have kind of grown up in and see the potential, the word that we love to use in Augusta's potential. But we're starting to get there with all the growth that you're going to see. I mean, with the Cyber Center, they have 100 people here right now. They're going to have another 900 here by the end of June and 4,800 in the next five years. So, I mean, that's just the individuals. That's not family. Multiply that times 2.5 or 3. We see the growth that's coming, and it's just an exciting time to be a part of this community.
And so that again, perfect tie into the final question that we have for you, which is the final question we ask every episode. So Actually, good luck coming up with a new answer.
Yeah.
So the name of the show is Drop the Disc. We hashtag Drop the Disc, but we also hashtag Love Augusta. If somebody was to come up to you dissing the city of Augusta, coming up to you talking crap about the city of Augusta, what would your response be to that person? What would you say to that person?
Well, number one, you're full of crap. No, I think, we got to focus on what we have to offer. I mean, if you tell them, the different restaurants, the different things that we have to do. Have you been in the museum? What the museum has to offer? In the SPLOS package coming up, we might, and hopefully will help increase the museum, the James Brown exhibit, to have cars and more things that he has to offer. I think you have to just talk about how great the area is. I mean, when you look at like the cost of living, how far a dollar goes in this region, it's pretty remarkable, especially these people that are moving here for the cyber aspect. They're like, what? Houses are for that? You get that much house for that? And I think the other thing is that we're at kind of a tipping point of change. I mean, when you look at Augusta and how it's changing, whether it's things to do, the increased population, new things coming to Augusta, we've got to embrace it, but we've also got to embrace, support, but we also got to tell the story, and we got to continue to hash out hashtag Love Augusta as always.
Awesome. Well, thanks for being with us. We do want our listeners to know how to get in touch with you.
Absolutely.
So if provide any means of ways to get in touch with you.
Yeah. And so I help anybody. I don't care whether you live in District 7, District 1. You can reach out to me at 706-564-1663 or Frantom, Frantom, at augustaga.gov. Always here to help. It's been an honor to be a part of this commission now almost for 5 years. And we've made some significant things happen in downtown Augusta or across this region. And we passed the largest SPLOS bill right after I got on, after it failed. And then I got on and we got it passed. And we got another one coming up. We got T-SPLOS on the ballot now on May 19th. And then we have on the November election, we'll have the SPLOS that is very vital to the success of this region and this community to pass it. So I'm just excited about the future and here to help where I need to be helped.
And Sean, can I ask you an insider question before
Absolutely.
we go?
Sure.
So just because of the fact that we're on Zoom right now and we're recording from home and we're all, except for you, because you're at the clubhouse right now, hard at work, but distancing ourselves a little bit, is there a chance that the election changes?
Oh, good question. I think there is. It just depends on where this country goes, how long I think you're going to see us kind of distance ourselves even more over the next 3 or 4 days from what I've been told.
Yeah.
May 19th will get here before you know it. Where will this country be? Who knows? And there is a chance. I mean, obviously, I think by November we'll be good. It's just that how far back can you push it? Because there's like rules that they would have to change based on the number of days apart between elections and things. But May 19th, though it seems far away, it's not far away. So it wouldn't shock me if we moved it.
Wow. Okay. Well, Sean Frantom, thank you so much for being on our show. You
Absolutely,
are running unopposed for District 7. So please let us know how that goes for you. We
Unless there's a lot of write-ins, I should be in good shape. Mickey Mouse, unless Mickey Mouse or something beats me.
You're always welcome with us. Please do let us know so we can let our listeners know if anything changes or if anything crazy is going on.
Well, just thoughts and prayers with our community in this country right now with what we're going through. And you guys do a great job. Thank you for what you do for this community to tell the story. We need people like you and engage the younger generation. Please ask the younger generation to stay apart, social distancing for the next month. We greatly appreciate that. And thank y'all for all y'all do.
All right.
Thanks, Sean.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sean Frantom.
Y'all be good.
Do you have a cool idea for a mini-series? Do you know about somebody that's doing something awesome in the community? Do you like what we're doing right now? Please let us know. DM us at Drop the Disc Pod on Facebook or Instagram. We just made a TikTok, so watch out for some crazy TikToks in the future. I know Chris is going to kill it with that. And if you like what you're hearing, please leave us a review. Not only do we really appreciate it and does it let us stay in touch with you guys even more, but it also helps people that are looking for podcasts like us to find us easier. Till next time, thanks for listening.